to the Morning Sanity Check, where we talk about the different pillars of resilience: spiritual, physical, social, and mental. Join us so we can talk about it, then be about it. Let the show begin.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to another Sanity Check. My name is Seth.
And I'm Camille. Good
Yeah.
morning.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so we're here to make sure everything is good with y'all. If this y'all first time tuning in, make sure y'all please say hello and good morning. You right? And let us know where y'all talking from or watching right from, and make sure you go to streamyard.com/Facebook so you can join in this conversation.
Yes.
Yo, how you doing?
I'm doing good this morning. I had a little hiccup here.
Oh my God.
But life is good. I am here on the Sanity Check, ready to just share and get in.
Yeah.
I like how you did that.
Yeah. Right on. Hey, everybody, this is the Sanity Check, and we just appreciate the fact that y'all are here today. And please make sure you share this, y'all. Make sure you share. Camille, you sharing this because I'm about to make sure I share this. Y'all.
I did. I shared already. I shared during the 30-second countdown.
Y'all, look here. This is about to be something good and juicy, right? And all over the place because we're going to be talking about the victim mentality. Okay, the victim mentality and how crazy it can be. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, ma'am. Where are you guys watching from? Where are y'all watching from? Let's see how much of the world is tuning in. So, Camille, let's talk about this real quick, right? Let's unpack this victim mentality. What do you think about this?
About the subject?
Yeah, about the subject. Like how can the victim mentality erode resilience?
Well, it's one of those things that, life happens to me, not I'm in charge of my life. We're waiting on somebody else to come fix our problems when we have the power to fix our own problems or create the life that we want to live ourselves. We let life pass us by when we're, in that victim mentality and never stand up and take responsibility for the choices that we've made in our lives that have gotten us where we are now. So it really erodes resilience in the sense that you're not confronting those things and you're not finding effective ways to deal with what has happened so that you can move forward in your life and be a victor instead of a victim.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right. Outside San Antonio.
Hey.
Yes. Ready for the fall, right? I bet everybody's kind of ready for the temperature to fall a little bit, right? I can dig that. So good morning, everyone. Y'all, we're talking about this victim mentality and how crazy it can be. And sometimes we are the ones that are inhibiting our progress, right? In the process, as far as being the best version of ourselves. So we're going to first talk about different traits of a victim mentality. All right. You would know these individuals and you may sense these things within yourself, right? Because first, we have to realize where it comes from. It's learned helplessness. Okay. Keep this in mind, is learned helplessness. And what I mean by that is something may have happened to you in the past. Okay. Good morning. Something may have happened to you in the past, and then you subconsciously say to yourself, you know what? Bad things always happen to me, so I'm not going to try to do A, B, C, and D. You get what I'm saying? It's horrible. That's been passed down, or something happened to you and it traumatized you so much and so bad, you are not willing to move forward. And then sometimes with that learned helplessness, you say, well, you know what? I've always been this way, so ain't no reason for me to change now. I'm set in my ways, I can't get this because I'm set in my way. What you think about that, Camille?
I hate that. That whole I'm set in my ways. You're set in your ways because that's where you choose to be. You choose to be set, but a growth mindset doesn't stop when something happens or when you get a certain age. You have the ability to continue to learn, grow, and do things differently, especially if they're not working for you. If your life is not in the condition that you want it to be, but you just set in your ways, there's a reason for that.
Yes.
You might want to try something different, but it is a learned behavior. Oftentimes, that victim mentality has been passed down. We see it, people who have not taken life by the horns and told life what you want it to do or create the life that you want to live. We
Mm-hmm.
see people in the same generational cycles of poverty or of a fixed mindset, or somebody owes us something without ever saying, well, what do I owe myself?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I owe myself something different.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a lot of times a learned behavior, or it's or it's something that we see, have heard, or in that moment we just feel like we can't do anything else, and maybe we don't have the resources to
Yeah.
show us that we could do something different. So, but I hate that,
Yeah.
I'm set in my ways. Well, get
Yeah.
unset.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You set in your ways because you said it, right?
Right.
And then so also too, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about this pretty often on the Sanity Check, but what it also creates is the unhealthy validation. Okay. Unhealthy. Now, don't get me wrong, there is some healthy validation, right? Externally, but then there is some unhealthy validation. What I mean by that, it's good to feel like you are doing a great job and someone says, hey, you're great at that. Right. And you're good at this. You're great at that. Hey, good morning. Good morning. But the unhealthy validation is you're only doing things to have someone say, you know what? You cooked that. You really cooked that good. Or, you know what? You did this good. So what I mean by that, you're fishing for compliments, or you're fishing for validation because you don't you haven't found the tools to validate yourself, or you won't move forward because you're not receiving the validation you think that you should receive. You dig what I'm saying? What you think about that, Camille?
That's another one of those cases of you're giving your power over to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
by needing their validation. But what about your own validation?
Right.
Knowing, that you have the ability, if you so choose, to do something different. I don't have to wait for somebody to tell me you did a good job for me to know. If I did my best, I can see that there's a response or something like that. I don't have to wait for somebody else. I'm already looking for the next thing I could do to, keep that trajectory going.
Yes.
I'm just like, but I do see a lot of people, and I've worked with a lot of people who do seek validation for every single thing, and they paralyze themselves because they won't move until
Right.
they get that
Mm-hmm.
validation. And if that
Mm-hmm.
validation never comes, they'll be in the same cycle, in that same circle, in that same spot,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for someone along to come along and
Yeah.
say, you've done such a good job. Oh, what's the
Yeah.
next thing? And then they go, oh, okay, now I can move. And
Exactly.
it's unfortunate because there's a lot of wasted potential there, that
Yes.
they could be much further along, but waiting for
Mm-hmm.
that validation that may or may not come is just, another way that keeps you stuck in your
Mm-hmm.
situation.
And the crazy part is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, obviously, this is the sanity check, right? This is the place to be 100, right,
Yes.
Camille? Just to
Yes.
be wide
Yes,
open
it is.
with it.
Mhm.
Okay. So there was parts and times in my life when I felt as though, you know what, I need someone to actually care. You see what I'm saying? As far as what I'm doing. So there was times when I would just go extra, be a little bit extra, just so I can get that level of validation, until I realized that I was moving in a different direction, but I was expecting something that was not really there for me. You get what I mean? So it was like I was expecting individuals that just didn't care about, like, they appreciated what I did. They just didn't like the fact that I was doing it, but I was doing things extra just so those individuals can give me validation. And I realized, y'all, I was wasting a whole lot of time trying to vibe with a tribe that wasn't mine. Listen, you will spend time trying to vibe with a tribe that isn't yours. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you want them to like you. You
Yes.
dig? And then you will feel sorry for yourself when they, hey, when them talking about you. You
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. For
Am I
real.
lying, Camille? Tell me I ain't lying.
No, you're not lying. And we do that a lot of times. We put ourselves in and around people because, again, I keep saying this, but everybody has that likability factor. Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody
Mhm.
wants someone to like them, somebody to be a part of their tribe or whatever. But we have to realize that just because you like somebody doesn't mean that they like you equally as much back. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so we have to open our eyes and recognize when the signs are there so that we can go and stop, like you said, wasting our time with those people
Mhm.
who don't value us, who don't see the goodness in us, and recognize that and want us to be on board, and go find our people.
Oh
Find the
yeah.
people who really value us and support us and
Mhm.
encourage us and really kind of include you. There's a
Yes.
lot of people in circles that are on the outside, they're
Mhm.
running with the pack, but they're on the outskirts of the pack.
Yeah.
That's where the that's where the slow, the sick, and the young typically
Mhm.
are. And those are
And
the
the
first
weary.
ones, the weary, and those are the first ones that are attacked when, things go down. And
Exactly.
so, you're not on that inside protective circle, but you're really on the outside holding on by, a thin string. So we have
Absolutely.
to really make sure that the tribe or the people that we're around really want us there and they welcome us and they um, validate us in that way that we are a part of the tribe,
Yes.
not just on the outside.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're going to talk about this. How does one break the victim mentality, even if you don't have anyone to validate your pain or suffering? We will be talking about that towards the end. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm glad that I do have a tribe of individuals, a group, a small circle of individuals that are around me. And I want you guys to think about this. When you have individuals that's around you, not looking at you, watch this, looking outside all around you, that means they can see some things you can't see, right? Because you are moving forward and they are around you as well, moving forward with you, but they're
Mhm.
seeing things in the 360 view. Can you dig what I'm trying to say? So, with that being said, when you are moving in the right direction with the right people because you trust the things that they say, hey, look, check this out. You might want to try this because this may move you in this direction. And therefore, you won't feel as though someone is trying to attack you because they are a part of your circle for real, right? Meaning those are the individuals that you're doing things for those validations. For you, you may want their relationship, right? But to them, it's transactional, right? They're only with you because of what you can do for them. What you think about that, Camille?
That's true. I think that it's important to know that, when you have those inner circles like that, at some point you're the protected, sometimes you're the protector. You
Mm-hmm.
have those people who are watching your six and you're watching theirs. That's why those
Mm-hmm.
groups they roll like that, where everybody's kind of on the outside looking out for the other person as they
Mm-hmm.
move, and go ahead in life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there are some people that kind of sneak in and sometimes your biggest enemy is on the inside, not the outside.
Absolutely.
So you have to constantly reevaluate that. But that validation, when you have real validation, not just for what you can give, but also for what somebody else can give to you to help move
Mm-hmm.
you in the right direction. And
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes, if you're with the right group, you guys are moving in the right direction. You have your separate, because everybody's individuals, but you'll still feel the support of them. They're not
That's
just
right.
going to leave you even when they're going through. They're giving you those nuggets and be like, hey, like you just said, did you know this? Or this could probably help you out. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a competition thing. It's a all ideas are not mine. It's a
Mm-hmm.
collaboration thing. It's I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely want to see you win rather
Yes.
than I'm riding your coattails till you win and then I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to jump that train and go wherever. So it really is something about having the right tribe to
Yes.
help get you where you need to go without. And,
Absolutely.
and then talking about the victim mentality, when you have the right tribe, they don't allow you to be victim.
There you go. Hey, check this out, y'all. They get you out of your pity pampers. Check it
Yes.
out. Well, and listen, let me tell you something. It's okay to feel sorry for a taint minute, right? Just for a little bit, right? Because you got to feel it.
You got to
Just
feel
for a
it.
second. But hey, your real truths, okay? You know what I mean? Your real TRUs, they gonna say, okay, keep going. What are you doing? You see what I'm saying? We don't roll like that, right? You
Right.
got that, you got people like that, Camille.
I do. I do. I have people like that that just say, "Hey, you have so much going for you. Don't let this one thing hold you back, or don't let this one thing, good morning, James, keep
Mhm.
you from going for what you want. Figure out another way to get it done. Feel it for the moment, and I'm really good about checking myself for that. I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna have my party for about 20 minutes or an hour, maybe a day. I always say I give myself at least 24 hours and
Mhm.
never last that long. And then I
Mhm.
get myself up and I start figuring out how to circumvent that, or how to trip over that thing, or how
Yes.
to do something so I can not do that again, and I can have a
Mhm.
more successful result in the end. So yes, I do have a tribe that does not allow me. They allow me to feel, but they don't allow me to go into a pity party for
And to
myself.
stay in it. You dig?
Yes.
And so,
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about, right? The victim mentalities. Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm glad that you're able to
Good
join us,
morning.
ma'am, and everybody here. Let's get it in. Good
Hey,
morning. Good
Chief.
morning. Yes, Chief. So, y'all, we're talking about this victim mentality and how sick it can be. Check it out. If you're just tuning in, make sure you share this and let folks know that you are not the victim no more, right? You are part of the victory, right on. So, but with that being said, y'all, it's different things that we have to understand about the victim mentality. So we just went over the traits, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about the inner thoughts.
Mhm.
Okay, the inner thoughts. Y'all, if you haven't heard of the term limited beliefs, right? This is where this is where it's birthed, if you understand what I'm saying. So what happens with the limited beliefs, what I have here in my notes is that they accept defeat instead of looking for opportunities. You dig? Look, or watch this. They will defeat themselves before they even try. Okay. And now I'm about to give you something else. You ready for it, Camille? You ready? You're sitting down. Check it
I'm
out.
saying.
Check it out, y'all. Listen, what the victim mentality does with the limited beliefs, they may defer, not even defer, they will put up roadblocks in front of you because they see you want to do more, right?
Right.
Because with their limited beliefs, they can't see the greatness in you. Does
Absolutely.
that make sense? Can y'all dig that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Can't see the forest for the trees. um you're in that whole thing of yourself and all of those negative beliefs. It's hard to be positive and negative in the same space. It's hard for me to feel negative towards myself, or
Mhm.
self, like you said, I think the word you used was self-defeating, self-deprecating,
Mhm.
self-depreciating, whatever one you want to use.
Yes.
But it's hard for me to feel that way and then turn around and be able to be genuinely happy for someone else.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of that jealousy steps in when it
Oh,
comes talks about this victim mentality, because you're like, well, how did they get it? And then you
oh,
start tearing down the very um
your own people.
yeah, your own
Hey.
people. And it's done, I think, a lot of times unintentionally, but because it comes from a place of hurt. You're hurt because you're not getting the things that you're seeking and desiring, that validation, that words of appreciation, those rewards, or whatever the case may be. And you're
Mhm.
watching somebody else in your circle, and then you start, why me? Why me? Why didn't I get
Mhm.
it? They must have had a leg up. They must have known somebody else, instead of just recognizing that they put in the hard work and effort that you weren't willing to do.
Hey.
They were, you know, able to get past that failure and not let it
Yes.
be a roadblock, but a stepping stone. And
Yes.
so those are the things that happen when you have all this negativity and this, victim mentality and this self-depreciating, self-deprecating attitudes, those negative self-talks. The negative self-talk doesn't just stop with you.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, it becomes a part of your language, a part of your vocabulary, and
Yeah.
it extends to everybody around you.
Exactly. And yeah, and then y'all, and guess what, y'all? You want to know why people don't want to talk to you? Like, uh-oh, hold on. Check it out. You might be wondering why people don't invite you to the barbecue. You
Yes.
dare? Because listen, with that limited belief, what happens is you assume, and
Mhm.
because of our limited beliefs, all right, about ourselves, we assume the only reason why someone has something great is because they did something wrong to get it. Ain't that about nothing? If you don't sit your crazy self down sounding stupid just because you mad at the fact that you ain't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Am I tripping? No, I ain't tripping. I don't think I'm tripping. You got people, ladies and gentlemen, out there that are so their beliefs within themselves and even society is so limited. If they see someone doing something different than them, obtaining the same result that they want, they feel as though the way they did it is wrong or is demonic. Hey, they had to, what is it? Hook a crook, right? They had to do something to get. They didn't do it the right way. Am I tripping? What you think, Camille?
I mean, it's true. I did dealt with that a lot in my career. You know, people, I heard them literally say, you know, well, who does she have to sleep to with to get there?
That too.
What?
Why everybody got to Gucci? Because so what? They legs got to be open to get it in. Really?
You know what I'm saying? And I've heard it, and then those same people are the ones that come smile in your face and ask you if they can come along. No.
Boom.
And you know, I've heard things like, you know, oh, she must have did this, or they needed to diversify this instead of actually, you know, recognizing, they did. They've said that. I've heard some chiefs, you know, talk about when Chief Wright was in that, you know, this whole affirmative action and they needed a new. I'm like, come on, not the fact that he actually has qualifications or that I did the work to get there, but it has to be something else because you felt like you could have, but what have you done to get there? You know, I was working in a particular job for 9 years. This one guy was like, well, I've been doing this for 9 months and I don't understand why they picked you. And I said, well, what you don't know is that I've done your job for 9 years.
See?
And he was like, I said, just because I don't go around talking about it or whatever. And I said, here, you think that you deserve something because you've been doing it for 9 months. And I was like, and I've been busting my butt for 9 years, you know? And he was like, oh, and then, you know, just because I am who I am, I'm like, and that's the reason why you didn't get the job in the first place. You know what I mean? But I didn't tell him that. I was thinking that in my head though. But you know what I mean? When you
little petty bone, that's
little
okay.
petty bone. But it's true. Like you have this negative attitude towards everything because you didn't get your way. You felt like but you haven't even put in no work. You ain't put in no blood, sweat, and tears. You riding the coattails of the person before you, and you still feel like just because you still on that 9-month high, it takes a minute for some issues to be revealed. And oh boy, they were revealed when they became revealed. Hey. You know what I mean? And you still feel like you deserve something, and you have not put in any work.
You know what? And I'm glad that you said that because I really don't like to talk about this much or often, but it's the individuals that's the closest to you, right? Or that know you the best that say the most hurtful things, or they assume the worst about you. And listen to what we were saying earlier, they may not even know that they're doing it. But like, for example, what I'm doing now with the city, there's individuals I know, love, and trust questioning why I got the position, right? Like, well, I wonder what or they say, well, look, you might want to watch out. You know, what? Yo, hold on. But listen, I don't think you get what I'm trying to say, Camille. I'm gonna give everybody out there a little bit of history of the city of Belleville real quick. Okay. The city of Belleville has a bad past of racism. Okay. You can look it up. It was even a 60 Minutes review on it, right? Of how bad it was. The fact that I am doing what I am doing within the city, individuals I know, trust, and appreciate, and that help mold part of my, my aspirations to do what I'm doing. Say, well, look, you might want to watch out because and the only reason why you up in there is because ain't that about a
right?
Ain't that that's what you saying?
And then the crazy thing is, they want to say that stuff, but they don't even want to do what you're doing. They don't even have aspirations to do what you're doing.
Camille, listen, not saying they don't even want to do it. They can't do it because they don't even have that burn, that ridiculous burn that I have inside that's larger than this position. They don't see that. But watch this. It ain't for them to see it. You feel me?
And
So
honestly, they don't got the qualifications anyway. So
and we ain't even gonna go down. Hey,
okay,
we ain't even got to. Listen, we ain't got to go down the qualify damn. Because you know what happens, Camille. See, look here. See, people just think. We get behind the microphone and chit chat. You know what I'm talking about, and drop little things here and there. But what they don't know is the grind, right? They don't know the grind. To your point, the dude was like, well, I've been doing this for 9 months. I've been doing this for 9 years. Hey, just because I keep a smile on my face don't mean I ain't grinding. I ain't sweating. I'm not weary inside.
yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So people will sprinkle that hate for no reason because they don't think you deserve to be in a place that a larger energy, God, if you will, purposely put you there. You did. And watch this. Look and see where you're at. Maybe that's where you need to be. What you doing? Wait, what are you doing where you at right now? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yeah, y'all, we talking about victim mentality. Right on, right on. What you thinking, Camille? What's going on through your mind?
I mean, I was just all of that. I think I was having a flashback. To be honest, how many times that
it's
has
almost
happened.
like PTSD, ain't it? Like,
yes.
oh my goodness, they got come back to you.
Because those were some very pivotal points in my life where people were trying to sabotage me because they didn't understand the grind that I was on. They didn't understand the sacrifices that were made. They didn't understand what I was doing behind the scenes to make that stuff happen. And for the things that I heard and, our cinder block office, like I used to say, them cinder block meetings that we used to have, it was hurtful. It was hurtful. And it came from a place I realized of insecurity of the other person, that victim mentality. They felt like, because I looked a certain way, they should have gotten a job, or because my personality was a certain way, they should have gotten a job, or because they had this false idea of what my career looked like, they should have gotten the job.
What it should look like.
Or what it should look like, or what the face of that job should look like. And so it was kind of crazy. And then they went through this, woe was me. And then it was like getting all these people on their side, with this victim mentality. Oh, you should have got that job. You should have did this and this and that, got in there and you mess it up. You know what I mean? When you finally do get the opportunity. And so it was very hurtful during that time. But I see, what my creator was doing for me. He was exposing some things, and he was also exposing the insecurities and the lack of knowledge, the lack of experience of other people as well. You think you were good enough for this job? Well, let me show you.
That's right.
Let me show you what this is really about. It's not what you think it is. So yeah, but in that moment, I think I literally was replaying a whole situation that happened, and that was really, really pivotal in my career. With that same thing. And it's crazy how many people will jump on board with somebody else's victim mentality instead of challenging what they're thinking and being honest and say, do you really understand what this entails, or how you get this position? Instead of just taking that for face value. And now people have these ideas of you that are not true.
Right. And you're absolutely right. And ladies and gentlemen, to this point, we're asking y'all, hey, what is it that you are doing? Okay. What is it that you're doing that may put you in a place where you feel as though you're being victimized? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just about other people. It's also about yourself. You get what I'm saying? And instead of saying, well, how this person did this, how this person did this, or why this person did this, ask the right questions. How can I, if that's what you really want to do? You get what I mean? Flip the script, you see, to keep yourself from falling into the victim hole and dancing in it by yourself, looking crazy. Get out of it. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to be, watch this, if you want to be in the circle of giants and greats, get out of the circle of fools trying to walk on crates. Oh my goodness. Don't know where that came from, but it was right on time. Listen,
Lord.
Stop it, y'all. Stop it. Hold on. Stop it again. It's out of line. make sure your circle, the individuals that you want to surround yourself with, or the things that they are doing, you're doing what they are doing. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And doing things for the right reason too. Make sure that that burn is intentional to for greatness and to continue serving, not serving yourself. What you think about that, Camille?
Absolutely. That thing, that self-serving attitude is also part of that, victim mentality too. Yeah, not the crates though. But when you serve yourself, you really can't go far. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? You can't go far, and then you keep wondering why you're not getting anywhere, because the only person that you're serving is yourself. If you have nothing to offer anybody else, people are not going to want you. They're not going to need you. You know what I mean? You continue to just only look out for yourself. People see that when you have
Mm-hmm.
selfish motives and things like that, but then you want to turn around and play victim. No, you are.
You are absolutely.
You are.
Hey, check this out. This is what your mom says. She says, "Do you think people who don't know their reasons for existing or their purpose are more likely to be victims, victimize others? Please weigh in." What you think, Camille?
I do, because they're always seeking. And if they don't understand that they have purpose, they don't understand other people's purpose.
Mhm.
And so then they start trying to find ways to tear it down. They try to start finding ways to poke holes at what they think is something that was given rather than earned. And when I say given, that means, the gifts and talents that are also given to me, not by any man, but that I was born with and have cultivated and have honed over the years. And so they're seeking purpose, and they're going about it the wrong way. They're
Mhm.
looking at others against that outside validation instead of looking within and say, what do I have to offer the world?
There you go.
What do I have to give to somebody else that will make my life purposeful,
Mhm.
that will give me a sense of fulfillment, while also, because, again, when you serve others, you are blessed beyond measure. When you
Absolutely.
serve yourself, you can only give so much because you get full. You get
Yeah.
full off of your own stuff, full of it.
And then, yeah, you get full of it and you become full
And you
of it.
become full of it.
But the deal is that the substance isn't
It's not
pure,
there.
and it's not real. If that makes sense,
It's
it's
stinky.
pretty. It's plastic. You understand what I'm saying? It's not real, because when you're doing things just for self, it's going to die with you. Ladies
Absolutely.
and gentlemen, when you're doing things for self, it will die with you. You understand what I'm saying? Our responsibility in this world is to serve others and to be eternal. You dig? So soon as you go, somebody blow your light out, whew, everything that you did for yourself going with you. You dig what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's gone. You see what I'm saying? So it's our responsibility to get out of that victim mentality. Like, for example, the individuals that have the victim mentality, they may say, you know what? Ah, things just happen to me. Think about it, things just happen. You know what? I'm always getting the raw end of the stick, right? Or look, I'm always getting this jacked up hand. You know what I mean? It's always happening. Why me, Lord? What, Lord? It's always happening. If you don't, I almost felt like Pinky. One more time, if
Right.
one more time, because what happens is you keep saying that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know anything about energy, positive or negative. It doesn't matter. It's still energy. So what you say, you're going to receive more of that. Oh, look,
Yes.
it's always happening to me. Well, fool, you keep talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing about
Yes.
it the first time. Wait, what the question is, watch this, come here, watch it. Ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen, why do it keep happening to you?
Exactly.
Why do it keep
Exactly.
happening to you?
Well, let me say this. There's a couple quotes that I want to give to you guys. One of them says, "If you always play the victim, then you're a victim to your own reality.
Hmm.
You're a victim of you keep replaying it, and that's the life that you continue to live." The second one is, "The victim mindset will have you dancing with the devil and complaining you're in hell."
Hmm.
So those are two. We talk about that. You over here doing the same thing. Oh, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, and you're never doing anything to get yourself out of that circumstance, that situation. Oh, this has just hurt me so much, I can't stand being here. But you keep coming back here, you keep revisiting here, you keep staying there, you keep hanging around the same people. You don't go look for opportunities outside of your four corners or whatever of your city. You don't ever expand your horizons. You don't ever look for, instead of looking at all these videos and TikToks and all this kind of stuff, you never open up a book and explore the possibility of where you could be, rather than keep replaying where you are.
Yeah, you know what? And with that being said, too, if you can't perceive it, right? You have no direction to go to even experience it. So sometimes you can't even you don't have the gumption to get outside of your comfort zone because you are too afraid. Some of this is fear too. You're so afraid to experience anything different. You rather waddle in the mess and then you crying about it. But you're not putting yourself mentally in a place where you can receive a different outcome. You dig? So who fought it? So yes, you're a victim of your own insanity.
Yes.
Doggone it.
Absolutely. And in this day and age, there's just not a lot of reason to stay where you are. There's TV, people that, live in poverty, they still have access to phones and to videos, and they're doing all this other stuff. Think about what you don't have and Google that. My daughter was at school the other day and she was telling me how she was upset. The teacher, in her AP class, the teacher didn't give her like the references to do this and this and that. And I said, well, you're an AP. This is a lesson in critical thinking. She was like, well, I didn't know what this was supposed to say and this was supposed to say, and I didn't understand how. And I said, but now that you know what you don't know, it's up to you to get the information to know it. See, it's up to you, because now you know that you don't know these references, but you know what the subject was, meaning I don't want to stay in poverty. How do I make some money? You know how to Google that. And I told, she was like, well, how am I supposed to get it? I said, y'all Google everything else. Why can't you Google that, since you know what you don't know? And she was like, well, you got a point there, but
yeah. Oh, and see, and so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about that in a minute. How we can retch around and bring it back to them. You see what I'm saying? Because ultimately, it still falls on the individual. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, we got to take a pause for the cause. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna, have a pause for a break, but make sure you are sharing this, y'all. We're talking about the victim mentality and how to get out of that funk and stop wearing those pity panties. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna get your life together. All right, we'll be right back.
Integrity Consulting and Professional Services LLC is a minority, female-owned, nonprofit management consulting agency located in Humble, Texas, north of Houston. The owner, Jackie Dozier, has over 36 years of nonprofit and for-profit business management experience. She can take your idea from thought to manifestation, while offering a myriad of services to help you successfully manage your business along the way. Her services include state filing anywhere in the United States, getting your employee identification number and 501c3 tax determination, providing cooperative and service agreements and mandatory documents, one-on-one grant writing training and consultation, board and staff development, and more. Ms. Dozier's clients include the U.S. Departments of Health and Human Services, the Administration of Children and Youth, U.S. and Caddo Parish, Louisiana Departments of Education, and the list goes on. References are available. Check her out on our Facebook page, Integrity Consulting and Professional Services LLC, and contact her by email at integrityconsultingpsllc@gmail.com. Rates are competitive. Say you heard about her on Sanity-Check for a 5% discount. ICPS, providing all of your small business and grant writing needs with integrity and professionalism.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sanity Check. Y'all, we're talking about the victim mentality, but also too, I want to let you guys know, if you don't know, make sure you tune in to the next Lions Den with Seth. Y'all, we're going to have Coach Connie on, right? So on the Lions Den, check it out. She's from Chicago native. She's a fitness expert and a sports performance specialist, right? So Coach Connie has competed in the World Junior Championships in athletics, U.S. Outdoor Track and Field Championships, championships, right? All of that. And even in the 2004 Olympics, y'all, you got to check her out. So she gets everyone to where they need to be physically, right, and mentally. She's the truth. And I met her personally. She also works with the Air Force Wounded Warriors, right? She really helps them out. She's an outstanding individual. So don't forget to tune in, and you can check the link out to go and follow, and make sure that you're there tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Right on, right on. So y'all, look, we're talking about this victim mentality. Yes, I said it. It's the pity panties. You understand what I'm saying? For the grown folks, and the Pampers for the babies, right? For the baby boys out there, because we have issues with our community, because we're of our community, and we're feeling sorry for ourselves because we're so focused. Don't get me wrong. It's good to understand the past. Okay. You need to understand the past so you don't repeat it. I can dig that. Also, how about we start looking at the future, learn from the past, and so we can do the correct things, instead of saying, oh, because this happened 11 years ago, I can't do this today. Hey, Camille, hey, watch this. Because my great-great-great-grandmama, since that happened to her and she hurt her foot, what I'm not going to do today is do A, B, C, and D, because chances are I'm going to hurt my foot too. I don't want to hurt my foot.
Times have changed, environments have changed, and you are not your grandmother. So,
hey, you understand?
Yes.
Y'all. So y'all tune in, chime in. What do y'all think about this with this victim mentality? How crazy is it going to be moving into the future with individuals that cannot let go of individuals, or let go of certain things that has happened to them? Good morning, everybody. What's going on, Skip? What's going on? So we're talking about that in the thought process. Next thing we're going to talk about is it's a sense of powerlessness. Okay. And what I mean by that is, when you have the victim mentality, you believe that the power of whatever the circumstances that you have is in the power of other people. Check it out. The only reason why I can't do what I want to do is because somebody ain't let me. Hey, wait, hold on. Watch this. Come here, watch this. The reason why I don't have $1 million is because didn't nobody drop it on my lap yet, because I'm ready to receive it. Hey, I'm receiving it. Hey, look here. I got it, but look, my hand's open. But the only reason why I can't get it is because you ain't gave it to me. Camille, why won't you give it to me?
Because if you're not a steward over the little things, I'm not going to give you big things, which means that there's a process, a learning process. But no, seriously, when people think about that.
No. You're right. Give it to me, because listen, I feel as though I deserve it. Camille, you know why?
Well, what have you done to deserve it?
I woke up this morning, Camille. Hey, I say my prayers. Look here. Hey, I eat my vegetables. You feel me? I deserve this $1 million. Hey, watch this. Because I'm hungry.
Right.
Look, I'm so hungry. I deserve. Look, you need to seek me out because I'm hungry. Am I wrong?
No. Yeah, you are. So the thing about that is, we all deserve a certain level of stability and everything. Like, yeah, the man is holding me back, but things like that. But here's the thing: if we all did, then this would be the normal for everybody. Everybody would be a millionaire, which means that millionaire status would be poverty, right? So it's those things that we have to do to set ourselves apart that will make us the multimillionaires if we wanted to start at that baseline, which means that understanding that the way that you think, your actions, your follow through, your conviction, your drive, your effort, your energy, your work ethic, your ability to think outside the box, or as if there is no box, is what's going to set you apart anyway. Because everybody can have $1 million, but then that $1 million will not be, it'll mean nothing again. It'll be the equivalent of a penny. If everybody had the same thing, huh?
Hey, listen, I tithe every Sunday, Lord. Where's my Millie? Where's my $1 million? Ain't that what it say?
Yeah, but people don't understand really the principle of sowing and reaping. And they don't understand that it's not just with your ties, it's with everything. If you don't know what to do with your money, why should I give you more?
Hey,
If you tithe that little bit, but you're wasteful on that other one, you store it up, you're a hoard, you're all the. Why should I give you any more? When we have wealth, it shouldn't be for ourselves. It's to flow through us to make our surrounding areas better than what we found it. You know what I'm saying? And then the more that you give, you make room to receive
come
more. There's so
on.
many things that go along with that tie
You know what? Listen, look, y'all. Listen,
that
hey, it's
I
almost
ain't
too much.
preaching, but
It's almost too much to unpack. But y'all,
it
you got to
is.
understand this. You're walking around with baby pockets, with baby hands. We talked about this, but you know what? You got platinum thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? But hey, watch this. You got aluminum foil drive. You understand? It don't match. So the victim mentality is when you have individuals that feel as though the only way they're going to do what they need to do, someone has to give them the opportunity to do it, right? Instead of making the opportunity, what is you
Well, that's what I
waiting
said.
for?
It's you're supposed to be the lender, not the borrower, which means that you have to make opportunities for others, which means you got to make an opportunity for yourself first. Like
It ain't arithmetic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's so. See, this is why this is called the sanity check, okay? Because sometimes we are out of line, and we just need a little bit of get right because it's simple. Say that again, Camille. What did you say for the folks in the back?
I said, the good book also says, be the lender, not the borrower.
Mm-hmm.
When you're the lender, you can create opportunities for other people, but that means you got to create opportunities for yourself first. Which means that sometimes you have to do what other people don't want to do. I was talking, yes, Mary, that's my favorite, be a river, not a reservoir. Everything that comes to me flows through me, and it's for other people. And the more I give, the more it makes room for other stuff to continue to flow. But anyway, with all that being said, I was talking with, Carrie, as a matter of fact, and about some other things that we can do. There are so many opportunities right at our fingertips to be able to make money, not in the traditional sense, but if you're looking for ways to make money, all it takes is, what are my knowledge? Where's my knowledge lie? What are my skill sets? How can I provide a service to somebody who doesn't want to do it? Oftentimes it's not because people don't know how, it's just because they don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Because they out busy doing some other things. So, finding the little.
Can you create a convenience for
Can you
someone?
create a convenience? What problem can I solve for somebody else that will monetize for me, but make their life easier as well? And so it's looking at those things. We always looking for these big things, or I have to have a degree in this, or I have to be, certified in this. No, sometimes it's just providing a solution to a small problem that somebody has that will pad your pocket. It is creating opportunity for you. It's creating opportunity for them. Is creating time freedom for them, is creating an opportunity, a job opportunity for you. And then you can pass that knowledge on, and you can help other people create those small little areas, problem solving, areas that will monetize.
That's
So
right.
it's not always the big things, but we got to look at what we have right within us and
You're
say,
right.
are we, being a good steward of what we have before we go
Currently.
seeking for more?
Hey.
If I can't even know how or know what my skill set is here, how am I going to be trying to ask somebody else to come and figure it out and then pay me for something I don't even know I have?
Don't even know. And you know what? It's funny. It's funny that you said that, because I took your advice, and I want to let everybody know this towards the end, but this goes right in line. Y'all check it out. On the 25th, all right, 25th, 25 of September, I will be launching the podcast boot camp. Ladies and gentlemen, the podcast boot camp, you will be able to launch your podcast efficiently in 7 days. Check it out, in 7 days. So to that point, I'm able to help individuals do the things that they want to do. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested, just say I'm interested. And what I'll do is I will connect with you at the end, and then we can link on up. But that's the key, right? So when you have individuals that are afraid of doing things, they're afraid of doing stuff, then they become the victim. And then they say, well, the only reason why I can't do this and that is because someone ain't give me the opportunity to do. All they got to do is unlock the door. Fool, the key is in your pocket. You ain't even know it. You understand? You didn't
Exactly.
even know it. So, yo, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about. But check it out. About to flip it on you. Here's something else for you. You ready? Come here. You know I'm a habitual flipper. You ready? Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Those individuals that have the victim mentality, they refuse. Okay, they refuse to seek solutions. But watch this. Not only do they refuse to seek it, they don't want to be saved. You understand? Y'all remember that song?
Don't say that.
No. Hey, they don't want to be saved.
Look,
Stop. Take that damn cape off, boom, because you're dealing with a victim, right? All they want to do is talk about, woe is me. They don't want the solution. Well, y'all, you know, my light bill is getting late or whatever, 11 times in the year. Hey, they don't want you to teach them how to fish. They just want your fish. Am I tripping, Camille? Am I tripping?
you are not. There
Come
are
on
some
now.
people who they get off, but again, they keep creating the hell that they're living in
Mm-hmm.
by this victim mentality, and they continue to replay those same things, and then they want to tell because they want, it's that seeking validation that they were hurt, instead of, okay, everybody knows you're hurt. At what point do you get up and you say, okay, I'm gonna take this hurt and I'm gonna use it to fuel my passion, which is helping other people or whatever that may be, you know what I mean? But they like, because they're seeking attention, they're seeking validation, and it keeps them from taking responsibility for their life or doing anything differently
Or anything more.
or anything more.
They stuck in it. And listen, they like to be stuck. They want to be stuck. Hey, look
They
here.
want to be stuck.
Hey, they comfortable. You see what I'm saying?
And let me tell you this.
Don't get me out of my comfort seat.
But that's why we're here, right? Sanity check. And while we're talking about him doing this podcast, I have a Think and Grow Rich series that we're launching on September 8th. And it is to change your thinking about that, how to create the life you want to, how to create abundance in your life, not just monetarily, but in everything you do. If you have this victim mentality suffering from that, or you just want more, you don't want to be where you are anymore, September 8th, again, I'm doing it. I'll put the link in the somewhere. I'll put it somewhere. But anyway, to change that victim mentality, who wants to live that kind of life all their life?
Now, I'm
looking forward to everything that I have, what I can do, fix, get, how I can bring others on, how I can help,
Camille,
reshape thinking, the whole nine.
You see, so the difference is the individuals, there's individuals that are afraid of that 1% of change. That 1%, I can't dig it. You understand what I'm saying? But because I can't dig it, I won't be able to dig them. So I cannot have conversations with fools. You see what I'm saying? But those fools want to stay there. They don't want help. Just like to your point, you have you have a program to help individuals unlock that. Okay. But there are many people that need that unlocking it. They need it unlocked. However, they don't want it unlocked. You know why? Because they're receiving different type of stipends. Hold on. Y'all listen. Check it out. Look, hey, they receive. Listen, am I saying something? Hey, am I making somebody feel funny?
But here's the thing, Seth.
They listen, they're receiving enough. So what they're receiving so much of whatever they want that they don't have to work for it. They don't want no help.
But you can only go as far as that stipend takes you.
Yeah.
When somebody else is giving you this stipend and you think it's enough, at any moment, and I've said it before, when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, people move. See. But if you're reliant on that stipend, even when that pain is greater, you're going to be waiting for them to give you more.
See,
but they're not going to. You can only do as much. And so you can create that life. You can lift that lid off of that stipend and say, you know what? This is no longer enough. I need more. And how do I go out and get that? So you can only go as far as somebody, when you have victim mentality, you can only go as far as they take you. I'm gonna go as far as I can go. Me and God, whatever that is, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm not letting nobody else put no lid on what I can do, or all that. I'm continue with, and people are afraid of what they don't understand. People are afraid of change because they don't understand what the other side looks like. It's
There it
when
is.
you understand that everything is a risk. Getting up is a risk. Going to bed is a risk. Walking across the street is a risk. Getting in your car every day is a risk. But risk shouldn't be scary.
It shouldn't be, but when you have individuals that's so risk adverse, what they do is they balance it. Say, well, you know what? I woke up, that was cool because that was easy. But now, when it's time for me to show up, I ain't gonna do that because it's hard.
But it's
See?
because they don't
See?
understand that it doesn't have to be as hard as it seems. If they don't
Mhm.
understand the process, they don't understand that there are systems, they don't understand that there's a change in your thinking that has to happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It's
Mhm.
systematic. And when you continue to develop yourself, when you continue to invest in yourself, you continue to surround yourself with people who are not victims of their own circumstances. I know millionaires who never even got out of high school, or who were homeless, or
See?
who didn't have they didn't have the basic
See?
necessities. People who have lived under bridges, people who overcame drug abuse and use, to have create the lives that they absolutely wanted because they understood that they had a certain level of power.
But, but,
They have all the power in the world.
so that's what I'm saying, Camille. So, well, first, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the Sanity Check. We're talking about the victim mentality, okay? The victim mentality. And so, but Camille, you hit something that was very, very good. We know that there are people that overcame, right?
Mhm.
So many different things. And so we can tell those stories. And don't get me wrong, they're good stories, right? People like to hear about the underdogs, but part of those victim pity panty wearing folks, they're going to find a reason as to why that person overcame and why they can't. You get what I'm saying? So even though, watch this, even though the person that right, didn't graduate high school and they made $1 million, I can say, well, they didn't look like me, so they was Caucasian, so they had it easier.
I didn't say what their race was.
Right, no, but wait, but see, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying they're not all white.
Right, but look, the victimized mentality is going to find reasons as to why they're not worthy enough. So I better stay in my place. I want it, but they got it because of A, B, C, and D. See what I'm saying? They don't put that same energy within themselves to say, I can because of ABC. They say, I can't because of ABC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's it could have been me. And it was me at a time where all of these things happened to me and I didn't understand the power of being able to create for myself. It was when, again, the pain of staying the same was greater than the pain of change.
Yes.
That I said, I don't want this no more. I know what this feels like. I know what this looks like. I've been here all my life. Why do I want to? How can I see myself 5 years, 10 years down the road being in the same place that I am right now? The answer was no. And so I started opening my eyes because that inner discontent, that inner conflict between who I knew I could be and who I was being became so great.
Right.
It became so great that I had to step out. I've been through some things in my life. And when people look at other people like that and they go, oh, well, you don't know what I've been through.
Don't know.
You don't know the half of it. And I'm telling you now, and I sit people down and say, look, this is where I was. This is where I am. This abundance mindset doesn't come just through monetary things. It comes through opportunities. It comes through the ability to network with certain people, or being in certain, or just having the ability to go when you want to go, that freedom. And so again, it does take a shift, but it's the little things that you say along the way, the seeds that you continue to plant, even though the soil may not seem fertile at the time. I always say you sow your seeds and you sow them generously. You sow them everywhere you go, because you never know when that thing is going to take root, when that environment is going to be conducive to kind of, nurture that seed, or that water's gonna come, or that sun, or whatever it needs to grow. And then they start thinking about, well, I remember this person was right here with me, and now this person is over here. What makes them different than me? Instead of saying life, no, we came from the same background.
Right.
What was it in them that changed things for me? You know what I'm saying? And that seed begins to grow and begins to grow and begins to grow. But again,
Yeah,
until
I
they
get it.
feel it.
Yeah, and
They
that's
will continue to be the
yeah,
victim. But that's
that's
why
right.
we're here talking
Right.
about this right now.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you're dealing with individuals that don't have a growth mindset, they're going to stay there. And hey, they stay there as long as they want to. Remember, I've said this a million times before. People will wake up to their own alarm clock, not yours. So, we're going to talk about this. How we wrap it back around to how to overcome a victim mentality. All right. These are tools for you and other people that maybe you can help massage, right? So that they can pick up what you're putting down, or maybe you should take these yourself. Here's one. How about stop playing the blame game? All right. So stop the blame game. Stop that. You dig? So that's one of them. Because what happens is that you start to shift responsibility off of yourself on the other people as to the reason why you are where you are at. And the other one is, how about you look into the mirror? Look in the mirror, ask yourself, hey, what part or what role did I play in this mess? Hey, what did I do in this mess? Like, for example, you may have been in a crazy relationship, okay, a crazy relationship, and it's always that other person. Listen, all depends on who's listening. It's always the other person. But when do you say, you know what, I kind of picked that fool? Hey, so you see, you played a part in it. So what happens is, because we feel so bad about the situation, we want to tell everybody, oh my goodness, this is what him did to me. This is what she did to me. Instead of saying, well, I did kind of do this to attract that type of fool. You see what I'm saying? So I played a part in it. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Camille?
I mean, that's true. And I remember one person was asking me about all these, different things that have happened. And I had to say, I'm not bashing nobody else. I'm taking responsibility for my part.
There you go.
That I
Mhm.
continue to choose, like Carrie said on Linus Lair the other day, we choose the same person with a different name.
That's it.
That I didn't learn the lesson from somebody else, the last person.
Mhm.
He had a different name and a different face. That was
That's
it.
right.
But everything else about him was the same. And until I realized why I was doing what I was doing, why I was making those same bad choices over and over. And I'm not saying they're bad people, because
Yeah.
again, there's so much that has come out of those relationships and things like that. But they weren't the right people for me. But it
That's
was a
right.
reflection of where I was mentally.
Mhm.
That's what I deserved, or that's the best I could do, or and again, not to say they weren't good people. I'm not saying that. But
No, no.
I took responsibility for those
Mhm.
choices, for not setting boundaries, for not raising my standard, raising that bar on
You get what
myself,
I'm saying?
instead of
Yes.
just always putting it. And my friend said, man, that's a really mature way to look at it. You were looking for all the dirt about what this person did,
Mhm.
but I turned around and told him all the things that I did. And
And
he
that's
was just
the
like,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
That's the key, because the thing is you're going to continue to attract certain things that if you don't learn from them, y'all, you got to learn from them. Then you say, oh, that's what happened. Because if you don't say, oh, that's what happened, you're going to keep looking for the same. You get what I'm saying? Because you didn't learn your lesson. Sometimes individuals are placed in your life to teach you something, and it's going to keep happening until you learn from it. Silly Willie, you dig? That's why we're on the sanity check. You see, you got to check yourself. And so the next thing is you have to be compassionate with yourself. Watch this. Be compassionate with yourself, because would you talk to individuals that you love the way that you talk to yourself? Get what I'm saying? Oh man, this is never going to happen for me. I never do. Would you tell somebody you love? You know what? You ain't never going to do that. Think about it. Check it out. You may be talking so reckless to yourself right now, ladies and gentlemen, because you're so used to it. You know what? That ain't ever going to happen for me, because I just don't got it all together. Would you tell your child that? Would you tell your significant other that, and knowing that they can do it, right? Or you see something in them that they may not see, but would you discourage them? You have to be compassionate with yourself. What you think, Camille?
I think that's really important, because if you're not compassionate with yourself, it's hard to be compassionate with other people. It's a
Absolutely.
lot of people out there tearing down their children and their significant others and things, because again, it's a reflection of their thinking and how they feel about themselves.
Mhm.
And so, how can I tell my daughter, oh, go out there and do your best, when I'm like criticizing everything that I do? My mentality is critical.
Yes.
period. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Again, it's hard to have those two different things going on at the same time. If I'm hating, the fact that I can't do, I'm probably going to say that about my kid. If I hate my weight, I'm probably going to be overly critical about my kid and their weight. If I,
Mhm.
feel like I can't do something or I'm afraid, I'm probably going to stop them from going out and doing that thing that I'm afraid of.
Right.
So you really do have to re-examine your thoughts and your feelings around certain things, and you have to change your self-talk so
Hmm.
that you can take the talk to others, and you have to love yourself the way that we've been taught to love other people. It
Absolutely.
starts with us, and we
Yes.
are the core. Our thinking doesn't, we may say it, but people see, and sometimes it shows unintentionally,
Oh yeah.
how we really feel. Our words may say something, but there's a disconnect between our words, our actions, our looks, our emotions, all of that kind of
Everything.
stuff, and people go, there's no
Mhm.
authenticity in that.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? You can pick up on those bad
Mhm.
vibes. So, and
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, the next one is don't be afraid to go and volunteer somewhere, right? And look, it's small acts of kindness. And what I mean by that is, see people, help people, right? Go to your churches, your community centers, and things like that. Because if you are helping other individuals, you are helping individuals to elevate. You are starting to change your perspective, and then you can see, you know what, I can now shift my focus off of me, but onto someone else and help them on out. And but essentially, you're helping yourself. All right. So don't be afraid of volunteering. But the last and not least is forgive. Okay. Forgive, but do not forget. Forgive. Listen. And what I mean by that is forgive the individual. Don't forget what actually happened. Because what I have here is those individuals aren't thinking about you no more. Chances are they probably don't even know what they did. You get what I'm saying? Chances are they don't even remember what happened. But what happens is we hold on to it and we keep talking about it. Think about the physiological things that happens. Okay, your blood pressure will get high. You're right, and more extreme issues. It can actually cause cancer because you're worrying about that. What do you think about that, Camille, as far as forgiving and forgetting?
So I think that it's important to forgive and not necessarily forget, but it depends on the excuse me, the depth of the whatever it is. Sometimes you need to forget it as well. You don't forget the lesson, but sometimes our brain, when we go through certain types of trauma or certain types of very disappointing, devastating things, our brain will literally shut down to protect us. It will
Absolutely.
protect us from, having to relive that experience again, because it could cause so much devastation. There's this wonderful thing that it does, but sometimes it's not so wonderful because you're like, why can't I remember anything about that thing? But sometimes it's for your own protection.
That's right.
So while we say forgive and don't forget, we don't want you to forget the lesson involved. But sometimes every time that event comes up, it will invoke all of these bad, reactions, and then it keeps challenging your forgiveness.
And that's true. And you know what, too, ladies and gentlemen, what this does is when you forgive, when you truly forgive an individual, and I'm saying this not only to you all, I'm saying it to myself because I had to go through this and still going through it, right? Because hey, every time we wake up, that means we're still on this ride. You get what I'm saying? It ain't over. You dig? Now you might have some turns and dips and everything, but it's still a ride. So with that being said, what I had to do was realize that when you forgive individuals, it releases them from your consciousness.
Mhm.
Listen, it releases them from your consciousness because what's happening is they are occupying usable space. You dig what I'm saying? In your head. You know what I'm saying? So I forgive them. Listen, I forgive this person their food. They ain't know what they was doing. You understand what I'm saying? But I have to put them somewhere else so I can utilize more, of the good energy that I have, right? So I have to let them go from, let them go of my outside of my consciousness. You get what I'm saying? What do you think?
Absolutely.
How important is that, Camille?
It's really important, but it releases them from you, but really it releases you from the responsibility or from the reaction of whatever it is that they bring to you.
Hmm.
That frees up space in your head again to do more and to think differently. It frees up space in your heart to love. It frees up your space to give people grace, give yourself grace, and things like that, because you can't change that thing that happens. And sometimes
Hmm.
we ruminate on it so much that it interferes and interrupts our entire lives. And
Hmm.
sometimes we just have to make peace with that thing and just let it go. I forgive that. They may never tell me that they're sorry, but I still forgive them for whatever it is. It may not have been them, maybe what they're going through, whatever you need to get past that. Um, but it's like a weight lifted when you truly forgive somebody and you can look at them without that pain in your heart or without the anger that, whatever the offense was causes you, without the constant reminiscent of that bad experience or whatever. When you can look at somebody who really does something, dirty to you, some heart, whatever, that you're like, whew, man, I don't even
Hmm.
have no hard feelings. And then you start looking at them like, and why did I ever let them
And,
take
and
up
you
that
know,
much space
and
in
you know
my,
what? You know the crazy part, and to that, we do that because we care.
oh
There's
yeah,
a point in time when we care and we love that person and probably still do, right? And what happens is we feel as though since we would never do that to them, they should have never done that to us. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this again, ladies and gentlemen. We feel because we would never do certain things to someone else that they should not do that to us. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, it falls on a false reality of expectations, right?
yes,
We expect people. You are expecting someone to treat you the way you would treat them. That's backwards. You understand what I'm saying? Because after a person show you, listen, after they show you what they think about you and how they treat you, that's it. You dig? That is really it. Now, the responsibility is now on you. How do you deal with this now moving forward? Are you, and so now don't get me wrong, it's not easy, right? It's like dancing, right? Because Camille didn't know how to dance back in the day, you see. But what happened was what you got to do is, all right, boom, all right, stepping over here. All right, here they come with this one. Bow, about to go with this one. Coming down low. All right. Oh, they got me down. Okay, let me start over. All right, boom. You get what I mean? So you have to plan and strategize because now you can see when the shade or the out of lineness is coming, and then you can, oh, there it is. I dodged it. Guess what? You got me last time. You know what I'm saying? You remember, I'm gonna get you sucker. Listen, look, I'm gonna get you sucker, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm old. Check it out. This dude, all right, he was so mad. He was mad at these midgets that beat him up, and he was like, "Look, you snuck me, but that's okay. I got you." So here you see, you don't. It may take you a while. It may take you a while, but you need to learn so that you can keep moving and avoiding certain things. If not, you're going to stay in that victim mentality and feel as though you can't move forward because of what someone has done before, and they're going to continue to do that. What you think, Camille?
it's this so true. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot that I can add to that. I can add to that, little point, especially with the midgets. But I can't believe you. So yes, I can.
It was a movie. It was a movie. Don't judge me. It's a movie. Y'all look it up. Now I'm gonna get you sucker. Okay.
But no, but it is so true though. It's very, very true. I just think about this victim mentality as a whole, and I think about how there's a lot.
Come
I,
on.
I just no, I just think about how I was there. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
was there at a certain point in my life.
Hmm.
And I think about all the things that we're talking about now and just how, I felt like life was happening to me and I couldn't get a break and I couldn't, breathe at one point, and to the point where it was just so heavy. I'm like, okay, I can't take another thing, where it finally clicked that I don't have to take another thing. that I can choose to do something different. Yes, while knowing that things are going to happen, I also have the ability, like you said, to kind of predict some things and to strategize and to do it different. Find that song and dance that if this move looks familiar, then I'm going to do something else. I know that I can do these types of things. And that it takes up a lot of energy to get back at people and to get back at things. And it just took me back for a second,
Mm-hmm.
Steph, but it takes up a lot of energy that you can use to get to where you want to go. Again, that
Yeah.
pain fueling your passion, fueling your purpose. Excuse me. And while I wish I would have changed that mentality a little bit earlier, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
And that's the key, because you know better.
I know better.
So, but ladies and gentlemen, when you know better, you do better.
Do better.
Right? You should, but the accountability doesn't stop, because with that being said, I'm still dancing and trying to avoid some things, because it's certain things that's just going to be there. So since it's going to be there, it's my responsibility to make sure that it does not hurt me anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about is the victim mentality. We can't we can't stay in that space. You get what I'm saying? We can't stay in that space, because there are other rooms that are waiting for you. Listen to what I'm trying to say. There's other rooms, and there's different realms. There's different experiences that are waiting for you, that can't take the mess that you got with you in your pockets. You can't pack hey, you can't pack that. Okay? You can't pack, hey, that baggage ain't allowed in that room. You feel me? You're trying to go to the upper room, but you can't get there because you got mess in your pockets, because you're holding on to stuff. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, this is not easy. This isn't like, yo, hey, good morning. This isn't like, hey, do as I do, because I done been and done that already. I've done it, but I'm still going through it. Look, I'm wearing the shirt. It's not like I did it and got the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt. You dig? So it is an ongoing process. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to encourage you to let you know that there is so much waiting for you on the other side of the mess. You dig? But you got to realize that you may be communicating and saying certain things that are so old and passe that it's inhibiting you from stepping out into your greatness. Why you still? Why? Wait, is this still going on today? Like right now? Hey, how many steps on them steps? You see, you still talk. So we got to listen to the conversations that we have with ourselves, because they can become roadblocks to prevent us from our destiny. It's right here, right? But we're putting up our own blocks. What you think, Camille?
We are, and when I was thinking about that too, I'm like, sometimes I kind of forget, because when I made that shift mentally, I'm just like, all those things that happen, they happen. Like, I'm on a road to I don't know where, and it's hard for me to let those things stop me. But when I do sit back and reflect, I'm like, but there was a lesson in that, and it was a lesson in what I need to remember what things look like, so that when they come again, I know how to deal with them. But those things have become my stepping stones, and I'm refusing to allow those things, because I tell you what, when I started making the first step, that next step looked even better and better. And then the more I walk into the possibility, the more I walk into where my life could be headed, the better and better it looks. The more peace I get, the more excitement I get. That again, I know what this looks like, and I don't want this no more. I had enough of that. I had 44 years of that. I'm moving into something else, and to see what the next chapter of my life is going to look like, what it can be, what I can create, what it can become, and then to help those along with me. So every one of those things that I've encountered, the ones that I can remember anyway, sometimes I bring them back so that I can use it as a stepping stone to remember this is what I've overcome, and this is what, if I don't do and I don't keep moving forward, this is where I could be again. And so they are a reminder of things past, but they're also a help for where I'm going as well. And so just shifting that mindset from victim to victor is like crazy. And I tell you, I'm just so excited for my future. Like, I can just see in a way that I haven't seen before. And I'm so excited for even the potential. Some of it may not even come to pass, but I tell you what, it's going to be way further along than where I'm at right now, or where I've been for the majority of my life, because even these last couple of years have just been absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the victim mentality. What traits, right, are, what type of traits do individuals embody that are victims, right, and the thought processes that they have, and then how to overcome them for ourselves, because we know a whole bunch of victims out there, right, or individuals that feel as though they are victims, and we deal with them a lot at work. And I see Christine, she can dig it, she know what I'm talking about. However, there are no kidding times when things do happen, okay, and it happens for a reason, but understand the reason is for you to elevate. You dig? It's not for you to be stagnant. You understand? It's for you to get up and say, all right, bet that happened. Oh, all right, let me shake it on off. Now, how do I, recharge? You get what I'm saying? How do I go back to the drawing board? Because I see that is what happened and I don't want to stay there. All right. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about you not being comfortable in the situation that you are in, especially if you know that you can do better. We know you can do better. Yes. You understand? Everybody know you can do better. You know why? Because you smart. You see, and you pretty. You understand? And you got a whole lot going on for you. And the last thing too, I want to say, and I've said it a little earlier, well, in a different form, but when you're looking in the mirror, right, make sure you see who you are and who you can be, not looking in the mirror with someone else's glasses on. Because what happens is you're looking through the wrong lenses. And that is part of the victim mentality. You understand?
Got the right prescription.
You ain't got the right prescription. You dig what I'm saying? And so when it's time to upgrade, you have to upgrade your thought process and then your circle. But your circle may not upgrade you. You may have to upgrade them by getting outside of that circle and going to a different circle.
I love that little video that you put of Pastor T.D. Jakes, Bishop T.D. Jakes, about that. When people are not upgrading with you, you can't be a part of my circle no more if you're not upgrading. If you're not reading books to upgrade, you can't be a part. If you're not going to the same, like, that is so important.
Check it out.
I just thought about all the things that I didn't want. Like, it's hard to explain something to somebody who's not upgrading.
That's not upgrading. And then, so, ladies and gentlemen, we spend time. It's almost like, watch this, and hopefully y'all can dig it. If I want to communicate with you, if I want to call you, no, watch this. If I want to FaceTime you, and you have a rotary telephone. Hey, wait, can you dig what I'm saying? Listen, if I want to text you, right, and you have still rotary telephone, can you text me back? Come on, can you see what I'm trying to say here? So we have to connect with individuals that are upgradable and that want to upgrade themselves, because we will go in circles trying to, watch this, trying to show them the benefit of upgrading. Hey,
right. It's like them trying to put a floppy disk in a disk reader. It don't work.
What are you doing with a floppy disk? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's the reason why cars today aren't made with CD players. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Things around you are upgrading, so this needs to upgrade as well. Right now, don't get me wrong, they have things that can be made compatible for it, but that means it's going to cost you more. You see what I'm saying? It's going to cost you more to take something new and that's have been upgraded to make it old for your comfortability. You dig? I don't have time to find bits and pieces just so my hard drive can work with your floppy disk. I ain't messing with you. If you don't get your floppy self out my face, am I tripping, Camille? Am I being
No,
right?
and people spend more time and effort going to thrift
Yes.
stores and everything like that, trying to find them, and you'll never be able to get the new music because they don't ever make it on those types of media anymore.
Come
So you'll
on.
be stuck in a certain area of your life if you don't just take a chance, or if you don't upgrade. You know what I mean? And then it becomes very scarce where you're at. I don't care if you're looking for a cassette player or a CD drive or whatever, it becomes very scarce. And
Listen,
then pretty soon, all that stuff is going to be extinct and you're going to be right there with it.
you know what's
Nobody is
happening,
going to need what you have.
Camille? You know what's happening? We talking to folks that's still looking for Blockbuster.
There's still one.
Listen, yeah, it's one. Hey, hey, it's still one, and it's holding on by a thin one. But listen, we're talking to people that saying, "Hey, we're looking for Blockbuster," and that's the only thing we go do. So, what do you do when you're around individuals that are afraid to upgrade? They are afraid, and then they play the victim mentality. Well, the only way I can do that is if I had blah blah blah. And then therefore they're expecting you to upgrade them. I ain't Beyonce. If you don't get out of my face, you understand what I'm saying? Upgrade yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
you gotta find. I mean, and I had this conversation yesterday. My mom on here. I'm not even gonna tell it because I might be talking to somebody. Anyway, so
don't you get in trouble.
Real talk though, real talk. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble, but people, we have to show them the value in what they will lose if they don't upgrade. Now you got to fly all the way to Oregon. You spending all that money for that plane ticket. You got to get you a rental car and everything. Then you got to take the time and effort and energy to go hunt down this Blockbuster to get there, only to find out that they don't have the thing that you want. They don't got the movie that you want, right? You done wasted all of that instead of taking that time, energy, money, effort into the upgrade that's available right to you. Why don't you spend that? You ain't got to go nowhere. It's going to take you 5 minutes to click on that link, to go and you join this podcast thing, to do the Think and Grow Rich, to join a program that will upgrade your thinking, which will then in turn upgrade your entire life. That thing is outdated. And it's costing you more to go chase that outdated thing than it is to upgrade your life.
It's costing you more, right? Time, energy, and any type of resource just because you are uncomfortable. Do you know, to your point, we have already done the hard work while you were comfortable. So here's an opportunity for us to help you take some time away. Give time back to you, because you got people, watch this, Camille, spinning their wheels, saying they want to have a podcast. They want to create a podcast, don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Been talking about it since around the pandemic time. You did? Yeah. When it first started in 19, all right? Mm-hmm. It's almost 22. Can you believe it? August almost over, y'all. Check it out. We're almost done with this year. So if you have an opportunity to upgrade and to fast forward to put you where you want to be, why won't you? But it goes back to the victim. Hey, back to the victim mentality. I can't do that because my computer don't work.
But what they don't understand is, again, that upgrades are there to make your life easier.
Oh no, it ain't. It's to make you know how many people any type of program out there, computers, it's people still mad at computers. I would look back in the day. Listen, all I need is a typewriter. I got it. If you don't get your typewriting self out my face, you telling me you won't even learn how to open up an email? You telling me you still writing checks in the commissary line? And then not only is it ain't pre-written, you got to write it down in front of me. Why are you why you ain't banking online?
And then you mad while you see 15 people going through them lines, and you still over there trying to count out your little coins and things like that.
No. Hey, look, I don't know, y'all. Listen, y'all, this has been the Sanity-Check. Hopefully this made some sense to y'all. But go ahead, Camille, tell them one more time where they can find your program?
Oh, so it's the Think and Grow Rich program with me and JJ Conway. Some of you guys may have known her. She was first Black only female physicist in the Air Force. She is now doing a lot of speaking and things like that. John Maxwell member, just like I am. We are putting on a Think and Grow Rich to upgrade your thinking, which will upgrade your life. So I'm going to put the link in the comment section of this Sanity Check. And I hope that you guys will invest a little bit because it's very special price at $99 for an 8-week course. You will not get it after that. It's going to be back up to $497. So jump in now, take the time to invest in yourself and live the life that you really want to live.
Right on. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to start your podcast, if you're finally ready to start your podcast, please let me know. Just put interested in the chat and then we will talk about it. All right. It's going to be September 20. What I say? September. September 25th, y'all. We're going to do this live.
This has been in the works for a minute, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And the thing is that it's going to be a closed section, but it's going to be a nice workshop. So after you're done, you're going to be able to launch your own podcast. You dig what I'm saying? So if you're interested, we're going to do this, y'all. It's going to be dope. Super, super dope. But I do appreciate y'all. This was an outstanding show. Stop playing the blame game and get out the victim mentality and tap your neighbor. Say, neighbor, hey, get on with your business. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't playing in it no more. All right. Y'all, look, we're going to see y'all soon. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Right on?
Right on.
Right on.